Good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topic hygiene in nursing foundation. What is meant by hygiene? Hygiene is defined as the physical science and art which is associated with the prevention and promotion of health. There are two types of hygiene: personal hygiene and environmental hygiene. What is meant by personal hygiene? Personal hygiene may be described as the principle of maintaining cleanliness and grooming of the external body. Failure to keep up a standard of hygiene can have many implications. Not only is there an increased risk of getting an infection or illness, but there are many social and psychological aspects that can be affected. The word hygiene has evolved from the Greek term hygeia, which means goodness. Hygeia means goodness of health. Hygiene is the science of health and includes all factors which contribute to healthful living. And it is a science of health and its preservation. And good personal hygiene is important to a person's general health. What is personal hygiene? Regular routine of personal care, washing and grooming of hair, face, skin, teeth, ears, hands, nails, feet. In that, there are some types are there: social hygiene, industrial hygiene, school hygiene, preventive medicine, and personal hygiene. What is meant by social hygiene? To study of man as a social animal in its total environment. That means scope of social medicine includes science of social structure and function, social treatment. Okay, social hygiene means it is a study of man as a social animal in its total environment. What is meant by industrial hygiene? It is an occupational health extended up to the health of labor working in all types of occupation and different aspects of health. And next one, school hygiene. What is meant by school hygiene? School hygiene or school health is an important branch of community health which facilitating optimum health to school children. The health facilitating to school children is known as school hygiene. Okay. Next one, preventive medicine. In community, we are going to community postings. In that time, we are providing some kits to the community people. We are selecting one area. In that area, we are calculating how many tuberculosis patients and how many leprosy patients, and we are gathering the information regarding every family. So the medicine plays primary role in immunization as specific protection and general methods of improvement in health. Is all or why we give to people to improvement the health of the people. Okay, and next one, personal hygiene. Personal hygiene means personal hygiene or personal health implies to those principles of physical cleanliness and mental health. Personal hygiene is not only limited to taking care of body and keeping it clean. Okay, and next one, what are the factors influencing hygiene practices? What are the factors? Personal preferences. Each individual has his own desires and preferences about when to bath, shave, and perform hair care. Same way, each individual select different products according to the personal preferences, needs, and financial resources. And next one, social practices. What is meant by social practices? Social groups influence hygiene practices and preferences. During childhood, hygiene practices are influenced by family customs, and as children enter their adolescent years, hygiene practices may be influenced by the peer group behavior. Okay, these social practices we must observe in peer group behavior and work groups. Friends shape the expectations of people and older adults hygiene practices. Okay, these are the social practices influenced hygiene practices and preferences during childhood. And next one, socio-economic status. Factors influencing hygiene practices. First one, personal preferences or uh, person's own desires. Okay, preferences about when to bath, shave, perform hair care, they are only own desires only, So personal preferences. Social practices means in family or in some religious groups or in social practices, they have their methods only. So they living that conditions and available resources. And after that, socioeconomic status. The type and extent of hygiene practices are influenced by a person's economic resources. The nurse determines which products or supplies the client can afford. Socioeconomic status means depending upon the socioeconomic status, the hygiene will be there, because in some families there may be low socio-economic status, so there are no availability of all kinds of creams, gels, lotions and all. So the socio-economic status also affect the personal hygiene. And after that, cultural belief. A client's cultural beliefs and personal values influence hygienic care. Okay, cultural beliefs means in cultures, according to their culture only their living. So living status also changed by cultural belief. And next one, physical conditions. Certain type of physical limitations or disabilities. If a person has any disability or disability to walk or run, and disability of hand is there, means in that cases also we see personal hygiene will be, physical limitations will be there. So the physical energy, there may be lack of physical energy to perform hygienic care. For example, a client with traction or who has an intravenous line will need assistance for hygiene maintenance. As if a client suddenly fall from the ground, they need some assistance will be there, because they need not do perform daily activities, so they need some assistance for hygiene maintenance. Okay, personal hygiene. Every culture develops and maintains its standards and methods of maintaining personal cleanliness. Habits are formed for performing actions to keep the body clean and functioning normally. Personal hygiene includes all those personal factors which influence the health well-being of an individual. This personal hygiene includes all those personal factors which influence the health and well-being of an individual. And it consists of body regarding bathing, washing, care of hair, nails, feet, mouth, cleanliness, and care of teeth, care of the nose, ears, clothing, postures, exercises, recreation, rest, relaxation, sleep habits, and nutrition. These are all personal hygiene. How to care hair, nails, mouth, we must know. Okay, and after that, personal hygiene is necessarily maintained for a person's comfort and well-being. Why personal hygiene is most important? Because depending upon the patient's ability, if the patient in ICU, intensive care unit, then they are not able to do perform daily activities, so a nurse only plays a important role to give the personal hygiene to the patient. Okay, in that time we must satisfy the person's comfort. Okay, the nurse determines a client's ability to perform self care and provides hygienic care according to the client's needs and preferences. While providing hygiene, the nurse must preserve as much client's independence as possible, ensure privacy, convey respect, and foster the client's physical comfort. Okay, we must provide personal hygienic care to the patient. Okay, in order to perform the daily activities, we must do self care to the patients. And next one, what are the definition? Personal hygiene is defined as the healthy practices and lifestyle helps in the maintenance and promotion of individual health physically, emotionally, and socially, spiritually. What are the purposes of personal hygiene? Purposes of personal hygiene: to prevent illness, to promote good health, to improve the standard of health and to maintain quality of an individual, to promote mental well-being, to promote socially and spiritually health, to improve the self-esteem in the society, to maintain resistance and prevent from infection. Okay, these are all purposes: to prevent illness and to promote good health, to improve the standard of health, to maintain quality life of an individual, to promote mental well-being, to promote socially and spiritually health, to improve the self-esteem in the society, and to maintain resistance and prevent from infection. These are all the purposes. Next one, principles of personal hygiene. What are the principles of personal hygiene? Hygiene practices are learned, and it also affects the healthcare practices. And next one, health practices of people vary with cultural values and personal values. Health practices directly influence the physical, mental, social, and spiritual health of an individual. Good health practices prevent entry of microorganisms into the body. Good health practices prevent entry of microorganisms into the body. And after that, first line of defense on human health, natural light and ventilation. These are all the principles of personal hygiene. And next one, factors influences on personal hygiene. What are the factors influences on personal hygiene? Social practices, personal preferences, body language. Already we see personal preferences, social practices, socio-economic status, health belief, cultural beliefs, and physical condition. Next one, what are the importance of personal hygiene? Mainly, physical hygiene in a state of health is a personal value and individual responsibilities. We must maintain a personal hygiene. Of physical hygiene in a state of health is a personal value and individual's responsibility. Personal hygiene helps maintenance of physical, psychological homeostasis. Personal hygiene helps to promote individuals' comfort, safety, and well-being. A clean mouth, teeth aids to the patients a feeling of self-approval. Okay. And next one, healthy hygienic practices and technique which provides economy of time, material, and energy. Stimulation of circulation by massage. This personal hygiene through massage we must stimulation of the circulation, and brushing is essential to maintain the hair healthy. Keeping the scalp clean by brushing and shampooing will help to relieve from dandruff. And next one, moving the body joints in their whole range of movement helps to prevent muscle contraction and improve circulation. And it relieves muscle spasm and improve the blood circulation. Good personal hygiene is essential during sickness as well as in health also. As well as we are in healthy also, we must practice as personal hygiene. Okay. What are the nurse's role in personal hygiene? The nurse also participates in carrying the physician's orders and refers to the physician observations and information about the patient. The nurse must give information about the patient to the physician. And the nurse has to motivate the patient to resume independence and responsibility for care as the condition permits. And after that, to provide good preventive hygienic care, the nurse has to integrate knowledge of anatomy, physiology, pathology during hygienic care. And after that, implement the nursing care plan and evaluate the success of the nursing care plan. And after that, nurses needs to develop an appropriate nursing care plan in terms to the data collection and relevant nursing principles. And nurse needs to collect further information about the patients, identify their problems. And next, the process of daily bathing, oral hygiene, care of the hair, nails, and massage forms part of the nurse patient interaction. Hygienic care provides the nurse with an ideal opportunity for daily assessment of the patient's physical and emotional state. This is the nurse's role in personal hygiene. Okay. The nurse has to motivate the patient, and nurse must apply knowledge while giving the care to the patient. While giving any tablets or any care, nurse should have apply the knowledge about that. And next one, nurse should inform to the physician about the patient condition. What she observed, they must be informed to the physicians. And next one, implement the nursing care plan, plan the nurses care plan, and success the nursing care plan. And after that, the nurse should needs of the patient, should assess the needs of the patient and identifying related nursing procedures. And after that, nurses should collect further information about the patient, identifying problem. This is about personal hygiene. What is meant by personal hygiene? Personal hygiene may be described as the principle of maintaining cleanliness and grooming of the external body. Okay, we see types of hygiene: social hygiene, industrial hygiene, school hygiene, and preventive medicine, personal hygiene. And after that, purposes, principles, and next importance, and mainly nurses role. Okay, this personal hygiene stimulation the blood circulation and maintain hair healthy. And next one, comfort, safety, well-being, and psychological homeostasis will be present. And next one, personal hygiene helps maintenance of physical health. And next one, relieve muscle spasms. Okay, these are the importance of personal hygiene. And next one, we go to what is personal hygiene and head to toe care. How to give head to toe care. Oral hygiene means the cleanliness of the mouth. Oral hygiene includes measures to prevent the spread of disease from the mouth and increase the comfort. Okay, first we have to see oral hygiene. Oral hygiene means maintaining the cleanliness of the mouth. Oral hygiene includes measures to prevent the spread of disease from the mouth and increase the comfort of the patient. If we are not brushing means we getting smell whole day. We are unable to see it, or we are unable to do anything. Okay, because of very moody in nature. So because of increase the comfort of the patient, we must give oral hygiene first. Oral hygiene. In which patients we give oral hygiene? Unconscious patients, the patients which who are in ICUs, ventilators, we must give oral hygiene to prevent the spread of disease from the mouth. It is important because mouth is the portal entry of food and digestion starts from mouth itself only. So the entry of any pathogen in mouth directly affects the health. Okay. What is the main purpose of the oral hygiene? To prevent and treat mouth infections and to keep the mouth fresh and clean. To prevent the mucous membrane from becoming dry and cracked. To prevent dental caries, tooth decay. If we brush daily, twice a day means definitely our mouth will be in healthy state only. So to prevent dental caries, any tooth decays or becoming mucous membrane will be healthy and mouth fresh and clean. No mouth infections will be present. And prevent sores. Any ulcers are there, they must be preventable. And to stimulate salivation and increase appetite. And next one, to prevent infection of parotid glands. Okay, parotid glands means it may be salivary glands. And next one, glossitis. Glossitis means inflammation in the tongue, glossum, tongue. Okay. And next one, to stimulate circulation in gums, thus maintaining health firmness. To maintain oral hygiene among bedridden patients. Okay, maintain oral hygiene among bedridden patients. And next one, the patient who may require frequent mouth care, unconscious patient, the person who are unable to do Perform daily activities that patients we must give. And next one, malnourished and dehydrated patients, patients who are not taking oral feeds. Okay. And local diseases of mouth, paraplegic patients, means paraplegic means the one side of the body will be paralyzed. Next one, patients having a local disease of mouth. And post-operative patients, post-operative patients means after operation the persons may treated as post-operative patients. And next one, what are the principles? Cold water reduces friction, hot water destroys dentures, and cough reflex is depressed in unconscious patients. And next one, any food particles left in the mouth promote the growth of microorganisms. So we must do oral hygiene. And give mouth care provides opportunity to observe the condition of the mouth and teeth. And feeling of self-approval and prevent cracking, dry mucous membrane preventable. And next one, practice of good techniques which provide economy of time, material and energy. The main solutions used for mouthwash are potassium permanganate. And next one, sodium chloride, 1 teaspoon to a pint of water. When we have any gums infection are there, or any mouth smelling are there, or any tooth decays, or in dental caries will be there, so we are definitely use these mouth washes. What are they? Sodium chloride, that means salt. And next one, potassium chloride and hydrogen peroxide, potassium permanganate. These are the mouthwashes available in medical stores. And next one, any toothpaste or powder with toothpaste or powder, or glycerin with lime juice, and liquid paraffin, glycerin, olive oil, white Vaseline, cream, butter. These all are used as a paste. Okay.